Topic: Chemical industry. Aims of lesson. In this topic you will investigate what fertilizers are, why they are important, how they are produced, and what their impact on the environment is. Introduction. A concept such as neutralization reactions, chemical equilibrium, Le Chatelier's principle should already be familiar to learners from previous topics in grade 12. Endothermic, energy absorbed, and exothermic, energy released, reactions were also discussed in grade 11. Fertilizers are used to provide sufficient nutrients to the soil to sustain optimum crop yields. To maintain healthy crops plays an important role in providing enough food for the nation. The fertilizer industry is therefore an important chemical industry in South Africa. Without fertilizers, we might not be able to produce enough food to sustain life on Earth. You will learn how inorganic fertilizers are produced and what are the alternatives to the inorganic fertilizers. Concepts and skills. A list for plants. O3 non-mineral nutrients C, H and O and their sources, i.e. from the atmosphere, CO2, and rain, H2O, mind. The Gap, MTG, page 202. O3 primary nutrients N, P and K and their sources, MTG page 203. Explain why fertilizers are needed. MTG page 202. Explain the function of N, P and K in plants. MTG page 203. Interpret the NP, K fertilizer ratio and perform calculations based on the ratio. MTG page 210. Describe, explain, write balanced equations. MTG page 204. And interpret flow diagrams. MTG page 207 of the following processes in the industrial manufacture of fertilizers. O and 2. Fractional distillation of air. OH2. At Sasol from coal and steam. ONH3. Haber process. MTG page 204. OHNO3. Ostwald process. MTG page 204. OH2SO4. Contact process. MTG page 204. ONH4 and O3. NH4. 2SO4. MTG page 206. Evaluate the use of inorganic fertilizers on humans and the environment. MTG page 213. Define eutrophication as the process by which an ecosystem, e.g. a river or dam, becomes enriched with inorganic plant nutrients, especially phosphorus and nitrogen, resulting in excessive plant growth. As plant growth becomes excessive, the amount of dead and decaying plant material increases rapidly. As per examination guideline page 23. Discuss alternatives to inorganic fertilizers as used by some communities. MTG page 215. Key points to consider when studying this topic. Highlight and study definitions from the examination guidelines, page 23. Are only the production of the fertilizer ammonium sulfate and ammonium nitrate is examinable according to the examination guideline. Superphosphates and urea is not examinable. Perform calculations based on the NP-K ratios. Show each of the calculations. When performing NP-K calculations, remember to work with ratios. Ensure that you can write the balanced equations of all the reactions used to make the fertilizers as well as interpreting flow diagrams illustrating the different processes. Common mistakes made. Learners do not state definitions as per examination guideline. In the NP-K ratio, learners tend to get confused with what NP-K refers to, i.e. the ratio of sodium, phosphorus, potassium. Activities/assessment. Learners are referred to chemical industry activities/assessment that they can complete/do in their physical sciences textbooks or study guides. Informal assessment activities in Mind the Gap. Activity 1, page 203. Activities 2 to 5, page 214 to 218. Consolidation. In this topic, you were introduced to the fertilizer industry. A fertilizer is a chemical compound that is given to a plant to promote growth. Inorganic fertilizers are produced industrially in the Haber, Contact, and Ostwald processes at chemical plants like Sasol. Fertilizer packaging contains a set of numbers, for example 6:2:3:25. These numbers are called the NPK ratio, and they give the mass ratio of nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium in the fertilizer. The NPK ratio expresses the content of each nutrient as a percentage of N, P, and K in this order. A number in brackets after this ratio indicates the percentage by mass of N, P, and K that is present in the fertilizer. What percentage of the total fertilizer is N, P, and K? It will be expected of you to perform calculations based on the NPK ratios. Organic fertilizers are not manufactured by man, but come from natural sources, e.g. manure, blood and bones, guano, compost, and kelp products. Organic fertilizers contain lower levels of nutrients and might take longer than inorganic fertilizers to be absorbed, but the advantage of organic fertilizers is that they increase the organic component of the soil. Fertilizers helps provide the nutrients that we need to ensure healthy crops to sustain life on Earth, but excessive use of fertilizers can also harm the environment. Fertilizers can have a damaging effect on the environment when they are present in high quantities in ecosystems. This can lead to eutrophication. Eutrophication refers to an oversupply in chemical nutrients such as nitrogen and phosphorus in an ecosystem, leading to the depletion of oxygen in a water system through excessive plant growth. Value. The fertilizer industry is a very important industry in South Africa and in the world. The need for fertilizers is increasing due to the growth in the world population and the decrease in available agricultural land. Less land means the available land must produce a lot of high-quality food at a high rate, fast. The nutrients in the soil are used by the plants that grow, and these nutrients must constantly be replaced. The fertilizer industry is very important in providing fertilizers with the correct nutrients in the correct quantities to ensure maximum growth for various plants and crops. Consolidation. Question DB&SC examination February/Mar 2018. 1.1 The diagram below shows processes involved in the production of fertilizer X and fertilizer Z. Write down the 1.1.1 balanced equation for the formation of product Q. 1.1.2 formula of fertilizer X. 1.1.3 name of process A. 1.1.4 name of fertilizer Z. 1.2 A 10 kilograms bag of NPK fertilizer is labeled 6.1.5. 1.2.1 What is the meaning of NPK? 1.2.2 What is the meaning of 22 on the label? 1.2.3 Calculate the mass of potassium in the bag. Consolidation. Question memorandum. 1.1.1 N2 G plus 3H2 G 2 NH3 G ball. 1.1.2 NH4 2 SO4. 1.1.3 Ostwald process / Ostwald process. 1.1.4 ammonium nitrate / ammonium nitrate. 1.2.1 The ratio of nitrogen and phosphorus P and potassium K in a certain fertilizer. Die verhouding van stikstof en fosfor P en kalium K in 'n sekere kunsmis. 1.2 2% fertiliser en tabak persentasie kunsmis in die sak. Thanks for watching. Please do not forget to like, share, and most important subscribe to the channel.